I had posted my predictions for the BCP a bit ago. However, since then I have changed my predictions quite a bit. So today I will be talking about what I think will come to Wave 5. Keep in mind there will be Datamines in this video, so that was your warning, and let's continue. Before I go into my predictions, there are some reliable Datamines I'm gonna talk about. The first Datamine is the banner leak. Dataminers found another version of the banner in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's files. This has correctly predicted a lot of tracks, such as Waluigi Stadium and most cities. Then we have the most useful, the prefix leak. So basically we know all of the prefixes in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and these were 95% correct. Wave 2 was 100%, however in Wave 3 and 4, some placements and tracks were jumbled. So I will also jumble some tracks as well. Then we have the music leak, which is self-explanatory. Basically, 2 second files have showed where some city tracks will place and a lot of other tracks. Then the last leak is, well, not even Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's Tour. Basically, Dataminers found the codename for tracks and some assets in them. And since every Tour track is coming to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, this will be reliable. So let's waste no further time and jump into my predictions. So Wave 5 begins with the Feather Cop, and we all know a tour track is starting every wave, and based on the music playing right now, it's obvious that my first track is LA Labs. Now I know what you guys will say.
But won't it be section?
Well, here's the thing, it doesn't have to. So this is Labs' whole map. If we see where they all meet up, it's on the top left of LA1. So here's my route prediction. First lap is LA1, going to the beach. The second lap is LA2, going through the oil field with tons, and I mean tons of puffs. Then the third lap is LA3 in the stadium. I didn't put this at the end of the Feather Cop, since there's a more ambitious track there, and LA is chill and nice. One of my favorite city tracks. Anyways, let's just go to the second track, which may annoy some people, but it's Mushroom Bridge. Now before you city fans come to my house, I have lots of reasons why I chose Bridge. First of all, Boor always chooses the first variant for the track in the BCP, Boo Lake, Riverside, Waluigi Stadium, Pinball etc. And yes, this is Datamine. Now, the only track Mushroom Bridge blends with is Toad Harbor, but Mushroom City blends with like every, and I mean every single Night City track. Especially Toad's Turnpike. Now I could have seen this track coming if a GCN track ended the cup. Maybe they use the arrows so you take a diff path every time, but it hasn't happened. Anyways, now that I ranted about that, let's go to a simpler prediction. Koopa Cape. Now I know all of you Dry Ruins fans are coming for me. However, hear me out. The prefixes besides some swapping have been 100% correct. There is no way that they swapped a Nitro track or something. It's way too late in development for that to happen. It's another case or like equals happen where basically, if a course gets in Tour and they like it, they immediately put it in their predictions. So Koopa Cape was found in the banner leak, and it's obviously here since I know they want to do a Wii track per wave. So the last course here will be Athens. As of now, this is the newest city track in Mario Kart Tour. Now this gives an ending vibe to a cup. Now it isn't that crazy to be in the spiny cup, but it isn't that simple. There's a thwomp, half-pipes, boulders etc. As for its route, well this is the whole map, and this is all of the routes. So after some thinking, this is what I predict for Athens-3. The route however is different. The first lap is just the normal Athens dash. Then we go to Athens 3. However, instead of taking a left, continue to Athens for the last lap. So yeah, that's the route prediction. So, we are now done with the Feather Cop, the tracks being LA Labs, Mushroom Bridge, Koopa Cape, and Athens Dash. So after this we have the Cherry Cup, which once again kicks off with a tour track. However, there isn't any tour track left besides Vancouver, which fits better in the Acorn Cup. So it's time for the first Datamine tour track to be used. Now I won't use MobMU since that's a test for PPC. So we have MobMD, BR, and MU. For what I chose, I did Madrid with Mob. I don't think we're getting Mumbai, since MobMU has test assets in it. I also don't think Medina is coming. It would be way too controversial. So although I'm not the most hype for it, Madrid it is. Now second after this, I will use a GBA track being Sunset Wilds. So first it was the City fans, then DDR fans, but now the Yoshi Dessert fans are also attempting to get in my house. So Sunset Wilds is surprisingly not that crazy of a course. Now yes, I do love the sun-setting gimmick, however that's basically it. There's a single ramp on the tour version. This has been spotted on the banner leak, and this is sadly the last GBA track. Imagine Yoshi Dessert here. Now I like Sunset Wilds gimmick, but the GP is kind of flat with a single ramp. I put it here since the Sunset gimmick is more ambitious for the Feather Cop, and I can't move Bridge here, because the next track is Daisy Cruiser. Now I know you guys are thinking,
the GCN tracks in one wave? That's crazy.
But here's the thing, I have to GCN tracks in one wave because of a swap, and I swapped it with the obviousest track, so let me explain why I did this swap. So let's go back to when Waluigi Stadium was in Wave 3 right. Now there was a GCN track here, and it wasn't Waluigi Stadium if Daisy Cruiser was here. The other two tracks order would be weird, and the original order would have been Extra Melliwire, a very hype track, a third track of a Flower Cup track, a Mushroom, then another simple track. So I put Mushroom Bridge. However, as we see, Waluigi Stadium and Maple were swap tracks. So that means right now, the second track in the Acorn Cup was the Wave for GCN track. But Mushroom Bridge just will never fit in Wave 6 ever, so I have to move it to Wave 5, which in my opinion fits much better for Mushroom Bridge. So So let's eliminate which track will be swapped. Every tour track is eliminated for obvious reasons. Koopa Cape is since, as I said, they prob want to do a wee track per wave. So we have Sunset Wilds and the Sis track, and I swapped the Sis track. Sunset Wilds is a very simple remake with only a single jump, so it's fine here. So now we're on the last course, which is a nitro. You guys may be thinking PPC, but in fact you're wrong. I personally think we're getting Mob BR in this wave, called Bathroom Splash. You guys will say, but
PPC is perfect here. Summer and cherries.
But no, let me explain. If we had PPC, we would have 4 arrow tracks in one wave, and each wave has 3 besides wave 1. PPC here is the equivalent of 4 cities in one wave, which is much too overwhelming. So if that's the case, why did I choose Mob BR out of every single nitro? Well, here is why. The assets in Mob BR are rubber ducks, bath bombs, etc. So don't you think it'd be weird for a rubber duck chilling be the difficulty of Rainbow Road? Anyways, now that we're done with courses, it's time for the characters. First is Pauline. She has appeared in basically every spin-off. So why not MK8? And the second is Diddy. He was in some Spanish magazine for MK8, so he was probably scrapped. Diddy is such a no-brainer. I didn't know why he was scrapped. He is such a no-brainer as well. Anyways, that was the video. So go sub and play Mario Kart.